Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. We got David and Max here because why not? So, guys, we need to put this out there. Last Friday, we released a video talking about Klaassen's agent, who had said he's willing to fight for his place. The club hasn't talked to him about wanting to move him on or anything, and Klaassen is ready to go. And we complimented him and said, "Wow, that's the kind of guy we want on the team. Somebody who's willing to fight for his place." And then, literally a couple hours later, Big Sam was quoted as saying that, you know what, they haven't really played that well, so I think I'm okay with them leaving. That's paraphrasing, but basically saying that if the right offer comes in, he's fine with selling them. And that's just typical. We release a piece of news and then it gets refuted right after that. So guys, quick knee-jerk reactions to this. I got a few questions to kind of guide conversation, but quick knee-jerk reactions. Max.
Davy Klaassen, 24, and I think Sandro's 22. We just don't write them off, and something that hasn't been highlighted, and something that because after that shit show at Wembley, I'm thinking of alternatives to in terms of team selections and formation. So I'm just throwing caution to the wind, saying fuck it, play them. And so the match fitness hasn't been flagged of any concern. No one's came out and said, "Oh, they're lacking match sharpness. They're not fit." It just seems to be that Sam believes that they just don't fit in, and don't play the way he'd wish they play in his side. I'd be very reluctant to let go of either of them because they've showed promise as to what players they could be, and as I've said, they're still only young, so there's still potential there.
David.
Yeah, I just feel really uneasy with Allardyce, who, let's be frank, is a glorified interim manager, isn't he? He's not going to be here long term, and he's happy to sell kind of these prospects of potentially fantastic players, and he's just going to let them go. And I'm really uneasy about it because it has been really tough to see them struggling because we were really excited about both of them, but you don't just write someone off in January when they only come in the summer. So if you let them go, especially on the cheap as well, I'd be furious because I'd like to think they outlast him at Everton Football Club.
I agree with both you guys. I don't want them to go. I think there's some potential there, and when you buy people not just because they're solid players, but also based on their age and the fact that they have potential, and you don't give them the time to do anything with that potential, that just sucks, and it defeats the purpose of purchasing them in the first place. Our knee-jerk reactions sound like they're all the same. But guys, a few questions that are kind of that was devil's advocate, kind of grabbing my brain. Are we in a position right now to be able to give them more time on the field? Like that's the first question. Follow-up question: who would they play over, and in what positions?
I think yes, because we're not going to go down. Well, I don't know. After Saturday, anything could happen. But realistically, we're not going to go down. But we're not playing for anything this year. Once again, our season's over. So now is a perfect time to play them. Regular first team football at Premier League level. And let's see what they're like after a real good run in the side. So I play them definitely.
Yeah, I just I agree with pretty much everything David just said there. In terms of who to take out in the place, as we kind of talked about before, in this Everton midfield, it seems to be Gay and blank space. So in that respect, I put Klaassen next to Gay and Sandro. I mean, we see at Barcelona, he seems quite versatile, as in he can play on the wing, and I know he kind of was outed more as the out-and-out striker at Malaga. But this kind of all seems to tie in with my long-term ambition of hoping that we actually do change the formation and do start playing some more fluid football. I'd play. Because I want to see Tossen play, and I want to see Tossen get goals and prove that he is the level of the player that we're hoping to be. I'm playing Sandro out wide if needs be, because he has got the odd goal. I mean, I know he scored against Atlanta, and I'm sure he grabbed another goal as well.
Severe. Wasn't he?
Severe in pre-season.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, I know we're rolling back the clock saying he has got goals, but they were good finishes, both of them. So, yeah, and as David said, the season's dead, so play them.
So, so basically, we know we've got a back four. So if we run a 4-4-1-1, the way David was describing earlier, all right, you got that back four. You got Ghana and Klaassen in the center as mids, Sandro on the right, and then insert player here, Walcott. Okay, Walcott on the other side. Maybe, or Lookman, or Vlasic, or any of these actual wingers, all right? And then in that spot behind the striker, Sigurdsson, and then Jink Tossen, all right? That's what you're basically saying. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I was actually struggling with who to take out, because I think that's the big problem right now. I think Sam right now is not thinking, I want to develop this team for next season. Sam is thinking, I want to make this team better right now so I make sure I have a job next season. And that's where his big struggle is. That's why I think we're not seeing more youth played to develop. He's wanting somebody who can give results now.
Yeah.
And that's a problem for an Everton fan base who wants, who knows next year is going to have to be better than this year.
Yeah, there's Sutton as well. Particularly, I mean that is a very interesting perspective. I know, in the last time we recorded, I talked about the AGM quite heavily. Robert Elston, what he said was because I think Everton are well known for the low ticket prices. We're always good for season ticket freezers because the income is so low off ticketing. He said the league position and where you finish in the league, you do get reward money, and that is becoming imperative, particularly because we don't get much revenue off ticket sales. Where we finish in the league is becoming increasingly important.
Definitely.
So,
that's totally true. Because I mean, the TV money, the difference between 10th place and 15th place is a lot of it's millions.
So we need to be progressive. In that sense.
It's tough. It's tough because, the idea we want results, but at the same time we want an eye on the future. It's tough to figure out how to get both.
My only issue is that if you've just been spanked 4-0, I don't think any position on the pitch should be really secure. So I think any player in that side should be able to be chopped.
After watching who played, David, and watching those performances, I think you could rationalize taking out 8 of the 11 at least.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at as a squad at the moment. I don't think anybody should really, except maybe the goalkeeper. I don't think anybody's a starter at the moment.
I'd say
every for grabs anyway.
Yeah, I'd say Tosin and Pickford. And you can maybe make an argument for Holgate, and some people could make an argument for Gay, and maybe Sigurdsson. Okay. All of them, all 11, David.
Just leave it at the goalkeeper and Tosin. You were doing brilliant there.
And then him, and then him, and then him, and I don't have enough fingers. Shit. All right. So yeah, but it's a weird question. I don't think it's as easy a question as can be fit into like a short little tweet. Put this person in, and all will be well. I just don't think. I think it's more complex than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I would like to see is tweaking formation and tweaking personnel, just doing anything to show that he's working toward getting results. But I'll tell you guys, West Brom, I think we're going to see a really stale performance, and I think he's going to put in a very defensive squad.
Oh God, I hope not.
I could see it.
So they'll be on a bit of a high as well. So it's going to be a tough game.
Particularly again, you know, referring to that last game that we had against them, the fact that even then we set up defensively and, you know, just took what they threw at us. It doesn't bode well for this fixture on Saturday.
Nope.
And I'd say it needs a real attitude rethink, because we need to put in a good performance, particularly after that 4-0 spanking.
So, guys, last question. And this, I think we've already answered this, but just to be clear. So the type of Everton you want to see, the type of Everton you want to support is an Everton that plays and gives players a chance before getting rid of them, sometimes maybe at the expense of results in a possibly finished season.
Well, yeah, but if the results were actually there to be lost, if you understand, so it's not as if
I'm talking about potential, David. That's all.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I do. It's weird though to ask Sam to do that. You know what I mean? Like possibly put your job at risk.
See, this is where the whole Sam. This is where
you're right. You're definitely right.
Rears his head, and I just I hate to say it, but I don't know if the board knew that something like this had happened, which I could see happening, particularly with Allardyce coming in. He's just that type of manager where conflict does arrive and come out of the place. So
question though. I feel like this is a question for. I think like this is everybody though. If you take a new job, you want to make sure you can try to keep the job. You know.
Yeah.
So if you're Sam, you're still gonna want. It's weird because if you're Sam, you want a better team for next year, but you don't know if you're gonna actually have a next year. So you figure out how to get decent results before then. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I know the team that I want to support is one that would play the kids and not sit there and get rid of a player that hasn't had a shot. Some people would say they've had a shot. I disagree.
Especially with potential as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm angry if we get rid of these players. I'll just say.
Yeah.
And that is it for our Big Sam on Klaassen and Sandro segment. They might be gone soon. Tier. So if you're digging the videos, please subscribe. We're just over 400 now because of you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Give us a like, those comments. Check out David's stuff on the Sportsman, but also on the Toffee Blues website. Also on the Toffee Blues website, you can find Max's stuff. All right? They got numerous short stories and tales of ribaldry.
No. An avid reader you are, Gerry.
Yeah. No. Lots of stories about Everton, but also you got player reviews, ratings, all that kind of stuff. You should check them out. There's good stuff there. But that's it. All right, we're gonna go do some more stuff. All right. Bye.